I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.
Welcome to another episode of the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is OLAVEORAWO, and we are recording this episode at the Trio Media Studios in Lavington, Langata. I keep telling you to come to this space. It's a very beautiful, cozy space, and the rates are very friendly to your pocket. Tell them the lady of the In All Honesty podcast told you to come here, and really, I think you will really like it here. And before we start, I'd like to apologize for the audio quality that we had for the last one episode. We might try and clean it up and upload another clean audio content, not video, just audio, and you can consume that. But my deepest apologies. And with that, as usual, the middle bones are in, and we had to start with the last bones because middle bones are onekanagi. But karibuni, and thank you so much for coming. We can start with introductions, how you'd like to be known. You can start with Reggie.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Regina Ching. I'm a chef and also a teacher.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. My name is Abigail Kimani. I'm a data analyst.
Hello.
Thank you.
I am Dorothy Mumburi. I am a swimming coach and a sports scientist.
Hey, Muna do the most. Oh, it's middle kids who usually don't have nini, like those careers, those ones, lawyers, engineers, tafteni firstborns. But anyway, thank you so much for coming. This episode, we were discussing middleborns, basically our experiences. For once, guest and host work on the same experience. So I'm also a middleborn. And as usual, I do put out a prompt on my socials. And people send in their experiences, and that is what will trigger you to talk. So let's get to it. So on my Instagram, I asked people, let me get it. How was or is life as a middle child? Is invisibility a thing? I went with invisibility because I thought that is, does anyone here agree that we're invisible?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sawa. The very first person said, yes, very invisible, but this allowed me to just live my life without family expectations. I now like it. I think I live my life very freely, but there's still a lot of expectations. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
Expectations. As for me, I don't really care about expectations.
Yeah.
If you expect me to do 1, 2, 3, all of us have our lives. You can, the way you want me to live mine, you can live yours that way. Let me live mine the way I want.
Where?
You had your chance. I have my chance.
What? Okay. Yeah, such a middle child.
Yeah.
Middle child. I learn to survive. It is hard.
It is very hard.
I'll read the next one. Someone else said, I'm a middle child and the invisibility is real. Someone else said, so you want us to say how we lacked attention, faded into the background, and were forgotten.
Moment of silence. Well, that's such a trigger. Yeah.
Lacked attention, faded into the background, and were completely forgotten. Yes.
I think my mom forgot that I am a child.
Yeah.
Anaonaga tu umekoma.
There's also the idea of, I don't know if we had to grow up faster.
Yeah, true.
So we took up responsibility. In my case, a lot of people assumed I'm the firstborn. Yet I have 2 elder siblings. And then even my parents treated me like I was the firstborn. They'd leave and go somewhere, and then they'd leave me with money and instructions. Yet there was 2 elder siblings. And I don't know why. And I'd like to understand, do you think that responsible stint, that character of being responsible is it's innate, you're born with it?
No, let me give an example.
Yeah.
I went to primary school in class 4 and we were in the same school with my big brother. But when it comes to like visiting days, my parents expect me as a small sister to take care of my brother, clean his shirt, make sure he's clean. He looks amazing. Na wakimpata ni mchafu. Abbie, why is
my
your brother?
Lord.
You see? So I have to be responsible for my big brother.
Yeah.
Just because I don't even get it.
But does that have anything to do with you being a woman and a woman being obliged to take care of the man?
I don't know. I feel like they're just using me. Maybe because in the real sense, as a middle child, I have to take responsibility. Even now, I like when my bro joined high school, alikuwa Thika, my small bro.
Yeah.
My parents just stopped. And my big bro was also in Nairobi. My parents just stopped going to his visitings.
You had to step in.
Yes, I have to step in, go for the academic meetings, go for the AGMs. No?
Yeah, I'm triggered.
You see, those are the responsibility they should give my bigger bro, but I don't know. Because I'm there, I feel like you can do it. Just do it. Yeah.
Because you always show up. I feel like middle bones
are always available.
We showed up. I'm sorry, I'm going to go into psychology analysis, but I think it's because we lacked attention.
Yeah.
So we were fighting for it. We were looking for validation from our parents for such a long time that we became perfect in so many things. We had to excel in so many things, hopefully to get that attention. And what we got is just more responsibility. Yeah, so no good deed goes unpunished.
But it's crazy because I'm a middle child. But when it comes to cousins, I also had to step in for my cousins. My mom is a firstborn.
Yeah.
So she's the eldest. So we are the eldest grandchildren. And I am the second. I'm the middle child. But I had to step in also for my cousins.
Yeah.
Because my aunties and uncles are like, we are responsible and all that. And it's not just in my family. It's just peer extended.
You will be, actually you're borrowed. Me, I used to get borrowed.
Yeah.
I like, is Olive available today? Yeah. My friend Ramaza kupika chapati kuchini unapanda juu unaenda.
For me, I can say, for me, my mom usually used to ask me, so and so wants you to do 1, 2, 3 for them.
Yeah.
You want to go? If I don't want, I say I don't want to go.
But most of the time you find that you actually
and your mom
go.
let you say no.
If I don't, for me, I don't know, some people try to understand how I was built, but they can't really get a clue. But for me, I'm this kind of people. If I don't want to do something, even in the workplace, if you tell me to do something and I don't want to do it, I will do it in a manner that next time you won't tell me to do it. But if I want to do it, I will do it well.
Yeah.
Next time you will want me to come and do it. Like I remember there is a time at work, wakiosha floor, watu wanaosha tu haraka wanaenda. Then there is this time the chef came and told me, wewe unaoshanga tu haraka. Nikamwambia hata pia wewe sisi kwenye mnaoshanga mnafagia uchafu mnaacha huko. Ni mimi tu ndo nakujanga kuokota. Nikaosha na nikaenda nyumbani. And then the lady tulikuwa naye akaniambia, "Regina, kama uko unataka kufanya si ungewacha?" Mwambie singewacha, mlikuwa mnataka opportunity ya kwenda kusema nimekataa kufanya. But for me, if I don't want to do something, I will do it. Yes. But
you will remember.
But you will just next time utakuwa like, hey, kama utafanya vinyo ulifanya last time, haina haja. Like I remember there is a time nilikuwa nimeambiwa sijui nipikie na gali, and mimi nilikuwa nasikia na ni pressure because at the end of the day ni mkubwa kunishinda. Nasikia yani tunasikia tu unani stress. Do you know nilipika hiyo ugali till this day I don't understand. Nusu ilitoka imeiva, nusu ilitoka how? I just don't understand how. But I think with that it has helped me. Sometimes I'm not being forced to do what I don't want to do. Or if I don't want to do and ni kitu yenye I can't do and yani nifanye vile nataka, I will keep postponing and postponing and postponing. Then if it is something that is urgent, uta realize itabidi nimetafuta plan B.
Is it something to do with middle child? Like if you don't want to do something, you can just do it. Even for instance, like you're told at work, you have to give this report by this day. Like that's just urgent to you, not to me. And you just leave it. But when you look like a firstborn might want to prove like I can actually do it. To prove a point. Or maybe, well, the lastborns that are stuck. But
walijitetea for 3 hours.
So I think it's something for me. For being a second born, I kind of have the same attitude. Like if I want to do something, I'll do it at my own time. But at my own time. But if you keep on rushing me, I'll just do it for the sake of doing it.
I mean, I've struggled with that aspect. I still do. I've taught myself to say no, because if I say yes, I'll do it to the best of my ability. I'm unable to do mediocre work. And I didn't know how it works because I've always done everything perfectly. Until I realized, I struggle with ugali. I hate ugali. I don't cook ugali. I do not eat it. So I make bad ugali. I like soft ugali. It's like uji. I don't, others do ugali. Maybe in a taste. I really do not care. But then I realized there's this time I went home and then I said, Missy piki ugali. And people were nonchalant because I was the one who's cooking everything. And I said, sawa wacha niwapikie ugali yenu. And my mom rushed. She was like, wacha basi nitapika. Nikasema, I guess that is what these other kids have mastered. Inaitwa nini? Weaponized incompetence. Yes. They've done things so badly. And you all of you are here busy doing well. And then they were just like, no, nani ajui kufanya, we fanya. I mean, learn it. If you're young enough, learn it. I don't know. Right now, I struggle, but I've just learned to say no altogether.
I'm good at saying no. It's amazing. Just say no. Because I used to say yes a lot. And then when I grew up, it's like, no, I'm not doing it.
You just say no.
Best answer you can just give somebody nitaona. I will see.
It's pending.
It's not a guarantee.
I feel like if you say I'll see, I'm giving you hope.
No? If I tell you I will see, it's the same as you call me and ask me, are you available on Sunday? I tell you, I will confirm to you by 9. So it's you keep it in your mind, she might or she might not. So as you are keeping that in your mind, start looking for alternatives. Don't bank entirely on it. Because you will cry.
You will cry louder. Louder than that.
Yes, will be shared.
Sometimes I feel like people usually misunderstand communication. I will see does not mean I will not do, does not mean I will do. There is a probability I may or I may not do. So if you don't understand that way.
And a lot of people don't like to see the probability. A lot of times if you just tell someone, I'll see, they immediately think, of course, that's a confirmation.
That's a positive answer.
If you are seeing it as a positive or a negative answer, then
that's on you.
No, then you must be a very toxic person. Because why would someone tell you something and you just conclude? You just conclude. Why is it that ukienda kwa ofisi looking for something and then maybe they tell you we will look into it? Why don't you always say walikata kunifanyia? But when it comes to another person, they tell you I will see. You start unaanza kujaza vitu za kusema hataki kufanya, and then sometimes they say just lower your expectations. Because at the end of the day, if you have, I know kama umekuwa marafiki na mtu maybe you have expectations of them, and they say you expect things from people you are close to, but sometimes it's good to lower expectations, ndio usikuje ukuwe disappointed, seme walinidanganya, hawakuwa wanataka kufanya. Just have your mind, it may or it may not happen.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
It's true. I can read another one. You wanted to chime in? Okay. Someone else said, a big thing, till when you are needed. You are invisible until when you are needed.
True.
Yeah, Nico triggered. Tell me something next. Someone else said, holy fuck, yes, now I am visible because I have money. Just banking on the other point. Hey, my lords. So I keep telling I don't know if I've said it in other podcasts, but I keep telling my friends, I think my trauma when I'm in romantic relationships, when I'm getting into friendships, my trauma is I don't want to be convenient for people, because a lot of people use me for convenience. I usually get discarded. No one thinks about me. How's Olive doing? Until when something is needed, then we need, And usually, because you're very reliable, a lot of times people almost don't think of me as a human being. People come to me as a product.
Yeah.
Olive, we need someone to cook. Olive, we need someone to do this. Olive, we need someone to analyze this. And it doesn't matter what you're going through. You could be sick. You could be, people just reach out to you as kitu ameka tu kwa kona. When it's time, I come pick it. When I'm done with it, I return it. I do not maintain it. I do not check up on it.
So there's a time, just at work, there's this lady, alinipigia simu, kaniambia, hey, sasa, hope uko poa. I'm like, unajua watu wenye hawakupigiangi. Like hata kama ni workplace, you have that, maybe that bestie, that maybe mnaongeanga, but this person, they rarely call, they rarely text. So she was like, hey, I was asking for some money. And I told her, no, I don't have money. And then this lady comes and tells me, ati, can you, as in, si unitole kwa savings account? Like,
Did she know you have savings?
I don't know. Maybe she assumed because, she was this kind of people when ni good vibes and inshallah. So she felt like maybe because I don't have responsibilities like her, I might have that. And I gave her, nilimpea, but she returned. I made sure she returned. I gave her, but I didn't remove from my savings the money.
Yeah.
The one I had, I gave her ile pesa yenye uko willing to lose.
Oh, the one you're willing.
The one you're willing to lose, hata asporudisha. But she'll, huwa anarudisha deni. But I hated the fact that she just reached out for money. It's not someone who she's not someone who, like, if the tables were turned, she would do the same.
She wouldn't. True.
She would come up with a million excuses as to why she wouldn't do. And then I think she also took advantage because most of the time utaniuliza, if I'm available and you tell me let's meet at 10, I'm not busy. Trust you me, 15 minutes too, I'll be there. And if you keep me waiting, if it is something that is not beneficial to me, guys, I will leave.
I love this.
But if it is beneficial to me, aki nitangoja. Lakini kama sio beneficial, nakupatia maximum 30 minutes. If you're not there.
And then something I've noticed with second ones, even my friends who are middle children, like they only try to make time for something that's really beneficial to them.
It is, Like
when I'm to meet forwards, I need the whole story to know why are we meeting, why. And then if you take long and I feel like it's so important to me, I'm like, I can wait. But the other one, I'm gone.
And you have to tell us up front what it is, because just like you, I know no one ever reaches out to greet me. In my 32 years, no one has called me to greet me. Why are you greeting me? So if I see a call, how have you been? I don't know the last. I know you're lying. What do you want? Is it money? Is it a favor? Sema nikusaidie. And I'm very straightforward. Me, I usually say it's rare that I fall out with people. Even if we've not talked for 15 years, you need something that I have and I can give it to you. Within my capacity, you get it.
Okay.
I don't have time for politics. But this idea of, just to do better. Imagine.
You've mentioned something. You don't fall out with people. I feel like I can actually testify on that. Like it's very hard for a second born or to actually just let go. So like
You fight mpaka dakika ya mwisho, and when you let it go, it's like I tried my best. Sina ngine ya kuendelea.
It depends. For me, it depends. Mpaka hiyo dakika ya mwisho, you really meant something to me. But generally, like I remember the very first time nilienda attachment. So there is this, the hotel was ground floor. Then tulikuwa 7th floor. Ilikuwa inaenda around mpaka the 9th ama the 8th floor. So nimepewa manguo za customer. Nikaambiwa teremsha laundry. And that time, the management said we stop using lifts. The lifts are for clients. Sasa saizo umeteremka stairs, umeenda mpaka chini. And then kufika, the guy hapo laundry kaniambia saizi ni saa ngapi mnaleta manguo nini. Kaniambia rudi nazo. Nilirudi nazo. Alinifanya nikarudi nazo mara ngapi? Mara 3. Ya 3 nikarudi nikamwambia mimi sirudi nazo. Ukisikia nimechelewa nifuate nazo. Nikamwachia. So hiyo siku hata saa hazikuenda. Kafika saa 4.
Punde is punde.
Tulikuwa like used to go 40 and now the cups were less. Yeah. And then he told me, "Hey Regina, nisaidie na kikombe." And then there is my colleague, alikuwa lady. Kaniambia, "Hey Regina," alikuwa mcost if alikuwa na vituko. So kaniambia, "Regina, niletee kikombe." Nilichukulia wale wote waliniletea vikombe. Do you know, I stood aside nikaangalia vikombe zote zikienda, nikamwambia zimeisha. And then everybody was like, so that lady alikuwa anaitwa Gladys. So Gladys akamuuliza, "Ni nini ulifanyia Regina?" Regina ananga mambo mingi. By the anywhere like in workplaces, most people usually know mimi sinanga mambo mingi. Nikamwambia Gladys, alinifanya nikateremka hivyo mara mingi na nilimwongelesha huyo jamaa. Nikamwambia, "If you want, we will be friends. And if you want, you can be friends. I have nothing to lose."
you have nothing to lose.
I have nothing to lose. From that day, tulikuwa marafiki.
Yeah.
Mimi wanasema if you disrespect me, I call you out. And that is the point you come to the realization. You want us to be friends. We will be friends. I will extend that olive branch. But if you want us to be sworn enemies, we will be sworn enemies. And if we are sworn enemies, just make sure you don't have to reach out to me to get important things because you will suffer.
Oh my God.
My Lord.
Suffer.
I got chills.
Chills tuliacha kwa fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, my Lord.
If you are, I realized if you are too kind, easygoing, everything, sometimes people take advantage.
Yeah. People do.
They take advantage. Sasa mtu anasema hata nikifanyia fulani kitu, there is nothing really they
can do. Yeah.
They feel like you are just at their mercy. You don't have a choice. Yani it's either you do or the highway, but you have to show people sometimes.
Yeah.
I will not do it, and there is nowhere you will take me.
Yeah.
We will be in the same space, and I will continue showing you fire. Yes.
Showing you again.
God.
They say chills zilibaki kwa fridge. So wale watu wanasemanga hauna chills. Zilibaki kwa fridge na wacha zikae huko. If we need to remove them, we will.
Okay. That's interesting considering what was the point for falling out?
Yeah. It's hard for you to
For
fall
me,
out with
I don't
people.
really mind. If you want us to be friends, let us be friends. If you don't want to talk to me, just don't talk to me. If you want to wewe unabeba gossip, you go and gossip, I don't care.
Like,
Kwani tajua mnanigossipingi saa 6 saa 7, you go and gossip. I don't care, man.
I mean, in this essence, that we can not talk for like 5 years, but then when you come and talk to me, it's like
It's just
pick up from where we left.
People can't pick up from me.
Because I think that's the same reason why I struggle with the.
There's some people we can't pick up from me and left.
You left off on a bad.
If you kama ilikuwa madharau, that's it. And then there are some things for me, it might not be really ulinionyesha madharau. There are some things you might say. Mimi wanasema you always have sharp ears. Na watu wanafikirianga ni uongo. Unaongea hizo vitu zenye mnaongeanga under the breath. Hizo zote nazisikianga. Hata wale wanaongeanga kwa simu alafu wanaongea under the breath na wasikianga. Ati siwasikianga. Ninawasikianga. And for me, some things you might say and they really hurt me, I might not really tell you.
Yeah.
But considering the fact that you said that thing, we will not pick up on the same. We will not start talking as if you are besties. I'm not your bestie.
I have a question, yeah? So since you heard what they said and you can't even call them out, do you just cut them off?
Sometimes, for me, sometimes if you piss me off, I will call you out. But nikiona hata huyu nikimwambia hata shikanisha tutaelewana, I just leave you alone. And that is the moment I will cut you off. But kama ni kuongea, we will talk and everything. But you come and tell me, oh, I need 1, 2, 3. Just tell you I don't have it. I can't help you. Even if I can, I can't help you. Because...
Do you give them a reason why, or just...
I don't have to give you a reason.
Where?
By the way, now that you've asked, do you people tell people when they wrong you?
Yes.
Or am you just go?
For me,
just
I
go.
Sometimes I say, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But sometimes I say, sometimes I don't.
Yes, it's dependent.
Yeah.
If someone is too daft to understand why
Why
you
they-
do what you
yeah.
utamweleza, it's pointless. If it's someone who will understand, you'll be like, hey, but it's 1, 2, 3 and itawezekana even.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm wasting my breath even explaining myself. So I'll just go.
You just give up.
I was like, we won't fight this. Like you did it out of your ulijua tu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Me, I feel like I've just started, like even with friendships, I've just started like talking recently. Like you tell me, I tell you what I feel like you've done wrong. But I always just, you've done something to me and I quietly just leave. Yes. And you cease to exist to me completely. Nasina uba, like I'll not be petty, I'll not plan anything against you.
Yeah.
I just know you don't exist anymore. And if anything happens to you, I feel nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
I know.
Me, I usually want a petty. I usually want to adopt pettiness so much. I usually want to adopt pettiness.
Sometimes I can be really petty.
Yeah.
And this is something I've heard from many people. They usually say I am naughty, but chini ya maji.
Naughty kichwa ngumu. Kiburi.
Not really. Like I remember ilikuwa juzi, ilikuwa kwa boda. So there is this, nilikuwa nimebeba hii mwavuli kubwa. Sasa I was Mungu wangu. So watu akipita, in my mind I was like, what if I just poke this?
Oh, I get such thoughts. Oh God.
You don't do that.
And then no one will think it's you because you're usually so well put together.
And then sometimes people will say, yes, ni wewe. But there are some things people will try and say.
See wewe, yeah. Doesn't look like it's you.
Pettiness. Now that has reminded me, for me, I struggle with, since there's that where I don't know who needs me for what. So I struggled a lot with relationships and friendships. Does it feel like you don't know what I don't know how to define friendship and love. Because everything to me has always been service, give and take, very transactional.
So to say that is my friendship, I've never labeled a friendship. I've never. So you find that my friends are the one calling me best friends. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe your girlfriend anakwambia, hey, she's my best friend or she's my sister.
And it takes you aback.
Yeah, you're like, when did we get here? When did we get here in the first place? And then Sasa, you just go with the flow.
Yeah.
You just have to flow with it, but you can't even label that friendship. It's so hard. Yeah, I get you. What?
And also because also friendships have ended with just drifting. So I've had people have had friendship breakups. People say, oh, this is my friend. I feel this and this for them. I don't know what that is. Sina ubaya na wewe, we've just not talked for a while.
Yeah.
And also if we've gotten together, we're such a good connection. We hang out all the time. That's just it. I don't know.
It's nothing else.
Yeah, if you left and someone else came, we'd be friends again.
I don't even understand.
For me, I struggle with making friends.
Yeah.
I really struggle. Like, for me, unaweza fika, you ask me who are my friends. Like, I remember, my sisters, walikuwa na marafiki, wanakuja home. Until one day, my father asked me. Sijawahi ona hata rafiki yako moja. But for me, I really struggle with making friends. That one I can't lie. I really struggle. And then, I don't know, because maybe I'm a little bit laid back. Some people might think I am always all over the place, but I am a little laid back. Tuseme, sijui kama wanaitwa introvert ama whatever. I'm a little bit laid back. So unapata like, maybe nikienda place, nifike nianze kuongea na watu, people feel like, hey, she's friendly and everything. But it takes a lot of strength from that interacting. And then there are just times I want to be alone. It's not that I don't like you people. It's not that tumekosana. Just because I just feel exhausted from interacting with people.
I usually say my social battery has died.
Yes, you need to
recharge. I need to go home and recharge for like a week. When you go for this a whole week thing with people,
It's on.
you want to kill me.
But in my case, I don't struggle kuongelesha watu. I'll just come here and be like, hey, mambo, we'll talk, and but there's no emotion tied to it, or I'm not looking for a deep friendship. I'm not. It's just a conversation for the moment. Tukimaliza kila mtu ende kivyake. We don't even have to take each other's numbers. We're just having a good time in the moment. Na tumeenda.
And people misjudge that.
I saw there was a post that was saying why people don't believe that some people are introverts. Even people struggle so much to believe I am an introvert. And it's because we believe introverts don't have social skills. And some of us have perfected the art of social skill. You know you're going to meet people, you rehearse, you psych yourself up. If it's liquid courage, you take a few shots. You in gear and you interact with people and you're such good energy. And people misinterpret that as you being a people's person. When in real sense, it's an act and you can't wait to live here and go.
It's only sustainable for a period of time.
Yes, you can't keep up.
For me, as the way were, like, I struggled like that. There are many times people have labeled me antisocial.
Yeah.
By the way,
mean.
I've gotten that a lot.
Umekaa tu mtu anasema mbona wewe ni mkali.
Not really mean. They most times, like I remember there was a place they told me I am antisocial. I don't like interacting with people. And me, I'm like, nimefika tu, I just arrived. And for me, before I start with all that interaction and stuff, I like reading the room. Even at kama ni job, anywhere I go, I like reading the room. And most of the times, there are some people I just see them and I'm like, this person, yani unasemanga damu yangu imemkata. But I can say sometimes unakuwa umemisjudge mtu. Some of those people are cool, but 90% of the people I looked at them and I was like, nah. After some time, when you interact with them, you come to realize, after all, I was not wrong.
Yeah, you are right about
I was not wrong. It just might be something or just a behavior they have. And then you are like, anyway. And then another thing about me, just as I usually talk until I don't realize I have said something I was not supposed to say.
Yeah.
Like even in the workplace, like I remember there is a time that day nilikuwa off, and then I came back nikapata wamefunga, there are 2 points ya tap, wamefunga the other side na maji natoka huko, and then I just asked a colleague, kwani mbona mlifunga maji? And then it's like wanataka ku reduce the water whatever. Then I'm like, kwani mwenye alisuggest hivi alisoma ni chemistry ama ni physics? Alisoma best lady. Everyone was like and then my colleague told me
What?
God. Then my colleague told me, najua ni so and so ndio alisema. And I don't know if that person alikuwa hapo karibu, but you know from the office anaweza sikia vitu zenye watu nasema. And then everyone was like, yo. And then nikasema sasa si nimeshasema.
If you've said it, like what happened?
Because for me I didn't see, and then they asked me like, unafikiriaje? I told them they are not saving anything because saa zenye ile maji imefungwa na hii tunatumia na watu wenye wako the other side wanakuja wanachota hiyo maji, it's the same as hiyo maji imefunguliwa huko. Niangalia wako
nafuata tu instruction.
There's something I saw a post related to that same whatever. Do you ever feel like in very many rooms or in certain situations ni wewe umebeba akili?
Yeah.
It's you're like, can't everyone see this that this does not make sense? And it's so exhausting in every single room. And I think it comes from you having to optimize yourself all through your life to just take care of everything, to have everything.
So you try to make things easy.
Yeah, for everyone else also.
Exactly.
And then you just grow extremely smart and your brain can process things fast.
You're alert. You notice things haraka.
Yes. I got to a point I was like, I'm exhausted going to rooms because it almost feels like you're the only one in that room who thinks.
Even when it comes to some tasks, you feel like this is a very easy task. Mbona una struggle?
Why are you complicating
I know. Why are you going all this way? Like, it's so easy.
Okay.
Sometimes I judge people because wananipigia sabi, I need you to do something for me. I'm like, what? That's gonna take me less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But you don't want to figure it out. Who are you?
Even people, you see how in the comments people usually ask something and they are told, see, we Google.
Yeah. Something so basic.
You can't be here asking for things that you can check yourself. Yeah. But anyway, because there's middle bones everywhere who'll answer. They've already gone and done the research. Nonsense. Someone said, holy fuck, yes, now I am visible because I have money. Do any of you have money here?
Yes.
You can relate.
Cousins and who. I remember when I graduated, I had left my job. Then I graduated. Then I started freelancing. And freelancing was not going so good as being in employment. Walisema hawakusema.
My lord.
And mimi ni mtaita. So taitas are the worst people to ever talk about you when things are not going well.
Yeah.
They spoke, they talked. Saizi, people just call you, nilikuwa nataka, nilikuwa. And I'm like, don't call me.
And it's not that you even have, because me, I remember when now people started reaching out, I can't even say I had as much money as I have now, but they just sensed some sort of stability. She's not dead. She's not homeless.
Yeah.
And
Things
it's
are going
like,
well.
And when things were not going well, even like asking for something was just ridiculous. And it was as if at the time I felt like everyone was waiting to see you fail. Everyone was holding their breath. And when you didn't, and you just made it out on the other side, barely made it out the other side, then there's this, kuja. And now all of a sudden, everyone wants you around. All of a sudden, everyone wants to be your friend. All of a sudden, kuna mchango.
Yeah, you're being even called to function.
Yeah, I was just like, no one would have ever looked in the general direction of Olive. And there were times, even sometimes someone would contact me and would be like, kuna mchango ya nini hata kama unaweza fuliza. And I'm just like, okay, so, and I lived in that for a while because it kept me safe. Even when I started making money, I was just like, wanajua Olive hana, so mi nikitoa 200 stasumbuliwa. But if you have money, they'll start expecting 2,000, 20,000. Yeah, so sometimes I was just like, this also also trying to fight for your reputation and I have money. I just figured it won't work in my favor. If you are poor, sawa, I'm poor. I don't have. Yes.
But for me, actually, sema mimi niko na pesa bado. Lakini the thing is, the moment, for me, I loved cooking from kitambo. I remember I was one person before YouTube and everything. Kulikuwa na hizi shows sijui kupika nini. Somebody angeunda kitu I'd love to try. So ikafika point like everyone is like, sasa unakuja kwetu kutupikia sijui nini. Do you know? Well, I kept urging. There is someone I had promised. Was it in 2019, 2018? I fulfilled the promise letter. Is it 2022? In my time. Because I'm like, I'm not just seated there waiting for you people to maybe to call me. Do you know how to do what? Do you know how to do what? And sometimes I usually feel like these people, they don't see like we have a life. I have a life.
Actually, they don't consider
I have my life. I have my things that I'm doing. Yes, vitu nafanya zinaweza kuwa si ati wewe unaona. Mimi ndio najua vitu nafanya. I have my life. I have my, isn't it right? I have my blueprint, everything put out the way I'd like it to be. So you are there, you feel like nataka sijui kuniita, sijui nikutengenezee, sijui nini, nifanye sijui nini, sijui nikupeleke wapi, and it's not cool. And kuna time tulikuwa hostels zingine, so there is this, it was something church like this. So there's our supervisors, when you'd go out, so walikuwa nataka like wanakuambia I'm going to the supermarket, maybe kwa mfano that time Tuskys ndio ilikuwa imeshika, naenda Tuskys, can you take me sijui nini. So there's this supervisor who came and told me, Regina, I'm going to the supermarket, I was going to buy soap and sijui toothpaste, and then baadaye I'm going to ask my friend, sasa ananiambia nenda kununua sabuni ya toothpaste, ndio wapi, and then ananiambia, so you will take me. Like you. I said no. And then later on my friend comes and asks me, sasa kwa nini ulikataa kwenda kupeleka so and so to the supermarket? I was like, kwani nikienda naye ndio ataona vitu vizuri.
And is it was it your friend? Is it a friend that tuende tupelekane?
It's ati ile vile rafiki yako anakuja kuambia. It's just a supervisor who just wants to poke nose in your life.
Ati we go and walk together.
Sasa mkienda kuongea, mkienda huko kwa supermarket, si obvious mtakuwa mnapiga story. Alafu utajipata umesema kitu yenye ufai kusema. So I was like asking my friend, kwani tukienda na yeye ndio ataona hizo vitu zenye anaenda kununua vizuri? I refused because at your time I am a student, I want to study, I have my own life, I have things I want to do. Unataka nikupeleke supermarket kununua sabuni.
And do you feel like people are entitled to your time? Because me, I've even been called and be like, so you work from home, so you move towns, there's this person here who needs help in this and this thing. I'm just like, my lord, mimi nyumbani imefurnish nalipa rent every month.
So, niko na hadithi. I remember that time after my graduation when I was freelancing, and my older sister has a kiddo, a 5-year-old boy. So he fell ill, and wanajua napenda huyo mtoto with my everything. So my mom calls me, utakuja Mombasa? Mtoto ni mgonjwa, house help ameenda, come and help us. I told her nitakuja but utanipatia pesa ya rent, because there are clients that I had to like cancel their sessions and ni postpone. I went, stayed for a whole freaking 3 weeks. Then when I'm about to come back to Nairobi, I asked my mom, wapi pesa ya rent? She's like, nilikuwa nafikiria umesort. And that was the agreement when I was left, coming down to Mombasa. Yani I just looked at her and was like, sawa, umenionyesha kivumbi. I went, sorted my things out. Then she called me another time. And I was like, hebu tuma pesa kwanza, nilipe nani? Landlord. Yeah, I told her niko na rent nusu, nipatie nusu nilipe. And that is when she sent me the pesa. And then I went to Mombasa. Because like people feel like, wewe kwa sababu yako, it looks very... useless. Yako si important kama ya mtu mwingine, ama wewe uko flexible, you can just move. They'll be like, huyu tutampigia, they'll just come running. And then they just use my nephew because wanajua nikisikia tu ni huyo mtoto mimi.
And it's giving how when you're not the stable one in the family, when you go for family functions, unaambiwa uoshe gari,
uoshe vyombo, toa matumbo kwa wiki.
When unatoa matumbo, watu wanatengeza salad. Uchinje ng'ombe. Hey, my lord. Someone else said, yes, you're invisible, but you learn to be self-sufficient and develop great friendships outside of family.
Yeah. True.
And on that fear, sometimes you learn to be, do you know, for me, nikiwa na pesa and I need to buy things, I will buy something that will last me up to 5 months. I foresee. I like being orderly in such a way that mimi saizi ukinituma mahali and you said something, if you told me something is on the bed, niende na nikose on the bed. I hate looking for things. So if you come and tell me iko up, and then I hate looking for things, I am terrible with directions. So you unaniambia nitafute kitu,
organize your life.
Unaniambia nitafute kitu na saizo sijui tunatoa suitcase kama 20 iko huko chini. Tudumi takuja tu nimekuambia mimi sijaona. And many people feel like I have a nonchalant attitude or something, but sasa kama sijaona mimi sipendi vitu zinanistress. Life is already hard. You make things difficult. Sijui enda tafuta yuko chini ya kitanda haiko. I don't like looking for things kabisa, and I like my things organized. Kama ulisema iko juu ya kabati, aki twende tuipate tu juu ya kabati.
Ukisema you can foresee, you see, ukisema you're planning your finances, does everyone else feel like people think they have money and you're only good at planning?
It's just planning.
It's just planning.
And people constantly think uko na pesa, hata ule alikuwa na kuomba pesa ati utoe kwa savings.
She felt
like I feel like little bonds are good planners.
You
plan your everything. You're very organized. You know your finances. You know about everything. And then alafu kuna mtu anakupigia tu.
They need
something.
Aggie was here saying, how do you need my 2K urgently? Like, how is my money urgent to you?
You know, when you are asking someone for money, I feel you should remove the urgently part, because it feels like you are being entitled. You feel like pressure. You feel like she has that money, but she has to give me. You don't sit
and she has to give me now.
You don't
urgent.
You don't sit back and feel like, hey, maybe akiata ni mgonjwa. Maybe sijui she's going through it's her money ama his money. Maybe he or she's going through a rough patch in life. Na wewe uko hapo ati I need it urgently. It's not yours. Kama ilikuwa deni yangu ni sawa, niki include hapo urgently. Lakini kama sio deni, tafadhali don't use the word urgently.
For me it's the expectations, like if you call me and ask for that 2K urgently and say you're going to return it by Monday, I expect that money by Monday.
By Monday,
Kuna mseni li cut off jail. Unasema utanitumia by this day, but you
Yeah.
didn't send me the money. I asked for it once, twice. I'll just stop talking to you, and like that's the money I've lost.
Yeah.
And if you ever reach out to me, yeah, it better be something else.
But on money I feel like nikikupigia nikwambie una 5k ukiwa na 200 and you feel hiyo 200 hata nisiporudisha you are fine. Tuma hiyo 200 and say that's what I have. Because at the end of the day there's no point upeane 5k and then kila siku inashinda
You start following
it
up
becomes
your
a habit,
money.
yeah.
inashinda imekuuma uko like sasa until you are starting to plan for that money that you don't have. You are like sasa saizi ningekuwa nimeenda nimejibamba singiwa nimeenda nimenunua 1 2 3 but you don't have the money.
But then you're willing to give out this 200 for unaweza poteza, yeah? It's that 200 is money you've worked for.
And
why
then
do you want to lose
if you feel you don't want to lose that 200, then tell them I
Don't
have.
give money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't give them. Just tell them I don't have, because at the end of the day hakuna mtu atakuja kukuchapa ukimwambia sina.
Me, I adopted a no giving money policy because it just became wild. And I was telling myself, because a lot of times when it happened, I'd send the money, or rather, maybe sometimes I don't have the situation where I really do not have the money. I don't send it. But then now umejisort. Kumanisha, I was not
The only option.
Yes. So there was, and then there's things like you said, the way someone asks for your money and then tells you, I'll return it on Monday. What is that? That cannot wait for Monday for your money.
for you, yes.
You use it. Because I think for us, we are very adamant on planning ourselves so that we don't get to inconvenience other people.
Yeah.
And then I think, hata kama unasema ni hiyo 200, because even me at some point I started thinking, okay, nikikuwa na 200 I'll send. I'll not like stretch myself to send the 5k. But I got to a point where I said, I think it's the principle. I'm enabling people with bad manners. Because anajua, I learned from a friend of mine. She lived with someone who had people on a roster. So she knows I'll ask for 5k, but I won't get 5k. But she has 10 people.
Yeah.
So Abbie, uko na 200. Reggie, uko na 500. Ivo, Mwamburi, uko na 600. And then at the end of the day, she had so much money, and sometimes she uses, like, she'll borrow you money you can't nyima someone. If someone tells you, Aki, I don't have 100 bob for skuma, you'll be like, it's 100 bob. Hata akikwambia atarudisha, utamwambia usirudishe. But then you realize you're enabling people with bad manners. So me, I thought to myself, I'm not going to feed into their bad manners. It's not even so much about my money now. Yeah.
Just wow.
But I usually
do that?
feel some people,
Imagine.
some people they're just sasa ukiambia mtu uko na 5 bob nitumie, does it sound?
Weka midubon wezi elewa. Watu kuinje wagopi.
I know that people who are shameless, but sikatai, maybe if I'm paying for something nikwambie niko na 5 bob short nitumie, that one I will understand. But somebody just makes a call. Hiyo call umenipigia nayo, hiyo data,
Hiyo credit,
hiyo data unatumia kunitext.
Maybe hata it's more.
Why didn't you need and ikue 5 bob jipange, guys?
Like there's this place I buy my cat food. So the guy who used to sell there alitoka. So one day I got a very weird call. I picked it, like, hi, it's him. Like, okay, how can I help you? Then he was like, in Nairobi nimeteseka sana, nikona nipigie mabishte wangu. I'm like, what? When did we get here? How are we friends?
Yeah.
So he just started telling me his sad story about the way the mom died. I'm like, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. The guy told me he's an orphan. Now you're telling me your mom
Your
died?
mom has died.
Please.
Is she a cat? Does she have 9 lives? Is she remaining with 7?
I don't understand. And then it's like, nafungiwa nyumba. Nataka nisaidie kulipa rent.
Yeah.
Just go back home. I can't help you.
Yeah.
How can I help such a person? And you're just entitled. Yeah. Because you've called me once, twice, 3 times. We are not friends. You should not even ask for that money. Shall I adopt your money?
Yeah, you just give to friends who you know. And then I think with time you start learning lending small money is very inconvenient even to your own finances. you get to a point where you want to lend money that makes sense. I'm lending you 50K for a business deal. That's probably going to come back with interest. So in a get to a point where mimi staki hizi calls za 200. It's a bit, it's too much.
So there's this lady at work. Udem alipigia mwingine simu akamwambia, oh, sijui my child is sick, nafungiwa nyumba. Akatuma huyu sasa mwenye kumsaidia pesa akachukua rent yake akampatia, akamwambia ati nitakurudishia. Si akarudisha, alikuwa ananunulia mwingine keki. Huyu anaomba pesa ya kulipia kununulia mwingine keki.
Nimetoa kwa rent.
Na sasa huyu mwenye kumsaidia ametoa rent yake akampea. Sasa baadaye ukikaa chini kidogo, it's just within the same organization. Nasikia mwingine anasema, guy alinipigia simu kuniambia sijui baba yake ako Kenyatta, nikamtumia 1,500. Mwingine nilimtumia 3K. Mwingine sijui sasa there is another girl akaniambia, hey, mimi nilimtumia sijui 500. And then everyone is like, kwani wewe kumtumia pesa? Akamwambia, she never called me. She never called me.
Yeah.
And then
bad-mannered people
she
know.
never called me. And then I'm like, so total deni sasa accumulate deni inafika how much? Someone told me around 20,000. Na alikuwa na excuses. So there's this other girl akasema lazima amthreaten. Akamthreaten. Alikuwa ametumia 9,000. Amthreaten akalipa 4,000 ambakisha 500. Sasa anashinda amewaambia, unajua mimi nafanya hizi makazi za online writing. Aliwaonyesha hivi akamwambia anaenda kupata 200,000. Pesa ziliingia. Watu hawakuona. And then ni ule mtu mwenye I think she has bad habit. Yeah. Like she has a gambling problem. And I realized in that hotel industry most people have a bad habit. The bad habit for most people inakuanga gambling, because I used to be told there's another guy who used to work there. Angelipwa, he puts on all his salary gambling. So amelose yote kila kitu. So I was like, mbona aya huyu mwingine mwenye alimtolea rent, aya umemtolea pesa yako ya rent, ajalipa, aya amekupigia simu mtoto wake akonja, ukamtumia tena 100. Na hiyo credit anatumia kuwapigia nayo. Kwa nini aache anunue credit anunue mtoto chakula? Anawa stress
It's just enabling bad manners.
So I don't know how when you alikami to a consensus, sijui kama walilipana, because hii ilikuwa mambo ya last year. I don't know how they agreed. Wakalipana, but I was like, these people are enabling this. Kalafu najua ile yenye hamwezi mkafanya anything, na mwezi anza kusema atijua kuna deni yangu, will cut from her salary. You don't have that right. Even if you tell the person who is mwenye anafanya hizo payroll and everything, they don't have the right to do that, because if you do that na huyu mtu akupeleke kotini,
they don't
penalize
if you actually send that. You don't even if it's an Mpesa message, maybe it's your agreement to that person. It doesn't come with the organization.
Because if they say it was a gift, you had no written contract. As in, how do you claim this person has?
Kitu yenye ilinishangaza ni, how would you buy someone a cake worth 4,000 and baadaye you call someone else, you call the same person and tell them your child has not eaten?
Mulisikia episode ya firstborns. Tukisema takers have no limit.
They don't.
They have no limit.
Your priorities are just upside down. See your 4,000 instead of buying for somebody hizo vitu. Go and buy for your kid food. Take them to the hospital.
But people don't like planning. Someone likes to be in that particular. There are people who like to be in that situation. They like to gamble out things. And the thing is, we've had a culture of enabling tabia mbaya. We've always had a culture of just help. You know, even God will come back for you. You don't know when yours will come. So that culture is what has promoted these bad manners for, I know I'll be helped. I know there's someone who'll come through.
And people giving birth wanasema, niko na ndugu yangu akona pesa, atanisaidia
my Lord.
Kwanza hiyo story ati mtoto anakuja na sahani yake.
With
sahani. Akitoka ameshika hivi sahani.
The people that sang that song don't have kids. Who do you? Who are you?
And also, your friend is lying. If she needed the money for the
Exactly.
kid,
Yeah.
that's just an excuse to get more money.
Or
She
wait,
was a colleague,
she
she was
needs
not
she
a
needs the
parent.
money
that's
for
their
the
colleague,
kid.
yeah.
Where is the other parent?
So a parent, I think she's a single mother, and then
We
now
can't tell.
she is because she used to say like the father is not in their life,
Yeah.
neither in the child's life, and if the parent is not in your life but is supporting the child, that's a different story. But is neither in the life and neither
is
supporting the kiddo.
Okay.
So
Over time, I've really struggled to believe people. I've seen people lie about the most vile things, and I'm just like, I'm sorry it hurts the people who are genuinely going through that problem. But at this point, it's not written on your forehead. I can't go, I don't have that kind of money to dish out and just hope that it goes to the right person.
the same way, I remember I was telling someone, nowadays I don't help people in the streets. And then I just told them randomly, I cannot help somebody build a business empire.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a bicycle. I'm sorry. And then told me, unajua ukikuwa na hiyo mentality, hautasaidia mtu. And then I said, I know there are those who are genuinely
do not
they don't have.
Yeah.
I said, I'd rather take that money, hata kama ni children's home, the home of the aged, ama hata afadhali Makanga ende na hiyo pesa. Because at then, for real, afadhali Makanga ende na hiyo pesa if nimewekwa between giving that person and Makanga kwenda na hiyo pesa. Because at the end of the day, wao wakora, they have spoiled for those who are genuine. So if I want to help somebody, hata kwa hizi shows zenye zinakujanga, I don't want to mention them. Hizo shows zenye watu wanakujanga wanasema shida zao. Sometimes tukifuatilia, there are those who are genuine. Yes, tukifuatilia tunaona yes, I may go through 1 to 3. But there are some tukifuatilia, unapata like it is something that is staged. There is nothing that is corroborating to that story. And you feel like sasa saizo amepata wafadhili, watu wamemtumia pesa nini, and then at the end of the day you realize this was a con game. And then najua kuna people they don't really care. Somebody will take, not really use your problems. Some people, they have that time. They can even spend 6 months. But at the end of the day, they will get that money. Long cons.
Yes.
The people, they hawana mbio.
They will invest. And they can put money in the con so that you develop trust.
By the time you are realizing, it was a long con. You have spent millions of money that you didn't even have. You have debts. You have to pay them back because you are. Life is hard.
The fact that the Middle Bones episode has gone into cons, we've suffered enough. It's enough. The fact that we've sat here and only talked about money etiquette, cons, people coming CG for what, that tells you
people are so entitled to your time, to like,
your everything.
Maybe mtu akupigie umwambie I can't make it today. You just want to relax and do something. Alafu sasa anasema na nilisikia hata hakuna kitu yenye ulikuwa unafanya. I'm like yes, hakuna kitu nilikuwa nataka kufanya.
Because I was resting.
I was sasa mtu akipumzika anafaa kuwa akifua nguo. Si unapumzika.
Inaitwa kupumzika. The act of kupumzika is called.
Na bado mimi huyo niko sijui napeleka watu tukana no.
Sometimes I don't just pick calls. Like I just don't. Like
You're on demand.
Why are you calling? Text.
Someone else said the invisibility is a thing. You have to find a talent that makes you visible. Do you feel?
You have to be really good at some things.
I had to learn to be good at house chores. Kuwa ule mtoto. Mama nataka hivi.
Bas.
Running. Doing what mom wants.
Yeah.
Amesema tufanye hivi. Ndio huyo wewe. Relatives wanataka kusaidiwa na hivi. You're running there so that people notice you.
And you still never get noticed.
And I think that comes with like, from my end, kind of jack of all trades. I can cook, I can code, I can do nini. Like I tend to get so many skills just to prove a point I can actually do this.
Yes.
And no one cares. So.
And then you get to a point where people are now I feel like right now I interact with a lot of people and people are apprehensive because I'm too good to be true.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I do exist and I can do everything
Yes.
quite perfectly.
There's a guy who broke up with me for that. He said, "You're too good for me. I'm not the man you deserve."
Yeah.
And all the other short stories.
and then that like they feel like you got yourself. Hutaki kusaidiwa.
Hautaki kusaidiwa.
Hutaki kusaidiwa na mtu. Unataka kuniambia tunafanya nini? Naweza learn. Kwanza I have this I can learn mentality. You say you can do it, and I can do it better
I can
than you.
do it, yeah.
Just to prove a point, like what? But when you find like maybe firstborns, don't care, just do it.
But
Ask
for me,
help.
on that invisibility, I usually feel like, the firstborn, anakwanga the experiment child. So the parents experiment a lot of things. And then something I usually feel is like some parents don't realize that no matter how many times you have been a parent, all these people all these children, they have different personalities and they are different individuals. Hata kama you have an identical twin, you cannot be same in all dimensions. So you inafika a point that they feel like, I tried this with so and so, it worked. So they tend to feel like it will also work with you. They don't realize you have a different personality. They don't tend to realize like maybe they have different likes. You find maybe you vitu zenye ni talent kwako ama ni hobbies kwako, to another person can never be me, they struggle. And then pia you find that for the sometimes hata mimi wacheni tu niwaambie kweli, mimi sijaisikia mtu akisema akiita mama yangu Mama Reggie. My life. Sijawahi.
Ngoja sana.
I've never had. Maybe in school. Maybe in school. In school. Maybe where you don't have a sister there. You are the only
has
one
never
there.
happened. I have always had a sister.
And then so you feel like they will say maybe you are firstborn Mama so and so, or the lastborn. Wacheni niwaambie mimi hadi leo I have never, guys. Haki kama mnanisikia simuite tu mama yangu na jina langu.
Let me give you an example. My dad is a bishop, my mom is a teacher.
My lord, ukuja episode.
Sasa being in that space, I have two brothers. So my mom is also in the church all the time. So when I'm meeting Mrs. Bishop or whatever. But I remember when my dad was being ordained to be a bishop, that was the first time the church knew about me. Oh God. So my mom aliitana, kujeni watoto wa bishop, kujeni. Hapo ndio wako like, you have a daughter.
Yeah.
You have a daughter.
That is wild.
I know. And then you're
I've had a similar experience. I was this old and we're going to a place with my mom. And then, I don't know what you were talking about. She said something about sijui, hizo catechism classes, kubatizwa. And I was like, Miss Jai batizwa. And my mom halted the car and she was genuinely shocked.
That you've not been baptized.
You've never done catechism class? I was like, no. You've never been baptized, Olive? No. There's pictures of my sisters being baptized, my brother being baptized. I'm just like, I don't know. I was in charge. The fact that you literally this passed you completely. You did not realize one of your children did not go through this.
Yeah. Gosh.
So up to now, even when people come to like our house and they're like, this is my daughter. You have a daughter? I always thought you have two sons. Yeah.
And then now,
so the excuse is hakuangi.
Yeah, you're not around.
And people, and when they say, sorry, just kidogo, when they say hakuangi, they already register that you're problematic.
Yeah.
Maybe the family is trying to hide you because you're not
in line.
On that hapo tu katikati kwanza, it's more when you are the middle alafu kuna wengine wenye mko middle na wao,
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you are the middle na uko hapo peke yako, it becomes difficult. Just sasa sometimes maybe, and then sometimes most of the time ukiwa wewe ndio uko hapo in the middle, you find there are other people, they are more outgoing than you. Like mimi unaweza nipata, nitawaambia I will go for a walk, but I won't go for that walk. Reason being, mimi sikuwa nataka tu kuenda for that walk.
Yeah.
And then the others just we will go for a walk, and they will actually go for that walk. And then sasa ukikuwa tena hapo katikati, you know, now the firstborn is the child everyone yani wanamjua mama
nani.
so and so. And then the
Mama
lastborn
nani.
is like the one who is
Kama
pampered.
yai,
You know, sasa wewe uko tu hapo katikati, you don't even know where you really fall.
Yeah.
Ata sometimes when people are, maybe somebody wants to buy gifts or something, watu wanazanuliwa gifts ubaki hapo kwa mataa
Yeah, they don't remember.
uko hapo uko like
Hapo kwa
yo
gift.
wapi, kwani where is my
Hapo
gift
kwa
guys?
gift.
hapo kwa gift.
Where is my gift?
Doty
And then
ako
sometimes
I am triggered.
I remember there was this time tulikuwa kwa supermarket, and then there was a neighbor, a little boy, he had a birthday, so my dad was buying for that boy a present. And then my sister said, at a birthday so and so, and then my father was like, it was your, so I don't know if he's, because he was really bad with dates. So I don't know if alikuwa bad with dates ama ni kusahau ile genuinely alikuwa amesahau. You know, with the first child mtu anasemanga alizaliwa tarehe first,
Ndio alinifanya nikaitwa baba.
and then for the last born people are like, they remember because maybe
And last ones will remind you. They will remind you their birthday.
And then for me another thing, mimi hiyo sijui nikikwambia kitu mara moja mara mbili mara ya tatu, I'll do it on my own.
Yeah, you get tired.
Tired of asking.
Alafu pia sometimes you struggle with asking for help, hata kama genuinely hauna, you don't have it. Lakini unasema, you know, people see like you have everything all together. Like I remember there's a time someone asked me, you are so composed, you have everything all together. I was like, well, I wish I could let you into my world. And you see, sometimes you crumble, sometimes you fall, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad. And then ukiwa the middle child, sometimes you don't really have someone to talk to. You're
isolated
because maybe you feel, and then ipate maybe the firstborn maybe alienda shule, maybe to a boarding school, and then maybe the lastborn was there, but sasa it ranges pia na age. Kama pia mmeachana
with a big
age range, saa zingine inakuwa problem because you are trying to understand this person. You can't understand why this one is doing this way. Like I remember there's a time my boss alikuja akaanza kuniambia, by the way, I hate people who micromanage me. You are not supposed to do like this, you do like this. And then I told him, when you are going to Kitengela, you can choose to go through the southern bypass. Unaweza amua kukuja through town, unaweza amua kupita through Donholm. Vile utafika Kitengela doesn't matter. If you
utafika Kitengela.
And then he was like, you know, for me, I care about procedure. I told him, I care about result. Procedure does not matter. Because at the end of the day, you yourself, when you unaongea, you don't know how this thing is being done. You just want to come and micromanage me. Let me do my work. And then kama sijafanya to your expectations, come and tell me. You didn't do 1, 2, 3. My expectation was 1, 2, 3. You did like this. But si ati unakuja unaanza kuniambia and you don't know how the work is being done.
But on the point of not being able to ask for help, on my case ilikuwa because everyone comes to me for help. So how do you then show them that you're weak? Pia wewe you need other people's
Thank you.
Sometimes you just ignore them.
Or maybe to show them you actually don't know how to do that, whatever they want. unaambia haujui, ako like haujui
Aje, yeah.
Tu unajua kila
No.
kitu. You look like you know
You
everything.
can't know everything. You can't know everything. Because
But we look like it. We
you
seem
can't know everything. For me, I remember when I was doing my teaching practice, I used to tell my students, the first day I went to class, I told them, I will learn from you and you will learn from me. Because I can't know everything.
And I feel like that's also a middle-born trait where we are very open to
I
interact
can't
with
know.
people.
I can't know everything. And then sometimes people usually feel I'm so liberal-minded. Because kuna vitu zenye watu watasema, mimi nitaongea, everyone will be like, hey, umesema hivyo. But I usually feel like, don't be too rigid. Just be there na ukwe na adaptability. Be ready for change. Isikwe ati kila siku like kama ulikuja ukapata kwa mfano people just boil rice with water and salt. Siweke carrot, siweke minji. Usikwe mtu ana orthodox, yani wanasema
So cut out in your way.
You are born, you go to school,
you do
1 2 3,
you get married,
have children. You do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, when you wanakupush hapo kwa wall, ndio watakuwa the same people.
Yes.
They will be the same people criticizing you. We are not afraid of criticism, but let it be positive criticism.
Yes, constructive.
Na isikuje na fitina na hizo mambo zingine. Let it just be something that is genuine.
There's something you've said that you can't know everything, but we seem to know everything.
Yeah.
And it's like even as you're saying, I don't know everything, I don't know the answers. There's someone who said, I don't know, it was a post, and someone was saying, the way I know random things about everything. And I told them, I always doubt if I know enough.
Yeah.
And they were like, why do you think that? Because the other side, most people feel like they know. They know and they're confident that in the knowing.
Yeah.
And you find those people don't even know as much as you do. But you who knows so much, you
doubt
still
yourself.
find, no, I don't think I know. I don't think I
Imposter
know.
syndrome.
Yeah.
For me, people who think they know everything, for me, I'd consider those people toxic and manipulative. You can't know everything. Wewe umesomea carpentry. Unajua aje mambo ya mtu amesomea kwa reception. You can't know everything.
And I think it's also people who are generally dumb and they are overcompensating.
Yes, for being daft.
Yes.
Yeah. You're trying to show people najua.
Yeah.
But I remember there are times my students would ask me something and I would tell them, let me go and research.
Yes.
You know, uwezi shinda hapo ati anakuuliza and then ukishindwa na answer, for me that time nikishindwa na answer, I would throw it back to them. So they come up with what they have found and then even me I find out. Sasa hapo watasema mwalimu wako anajua.
My lord. Let me read some of the emails we got now, like a longer responses. Someone said, being a middle kid is hard. At times, even our own parents forget we exist. Hello. Attention inakuwa kwa firstborn and lastborn. At times being forgotten ni poa juu many people don't keep tabs with what's going on with you. Anyway, I'm a middle child. I am naughty chini ya maji. Curious and independent. I struggle asking for help, I guess.
Actually
Relatable.
And being naughty chini ya maji. Maybe like a lot of people think I'm very strict, I'm very good, I have everything together. I am a whole goofy cartoon.
For those people who know me, wachana na sijui kwa workplace and everything. Because at the workplace, if someone tells me, I know you, I always respond and tell them, you know what I have chosen. The personality I have chosen for this space is what you know. But you can't compare maybe my mother, my sister, or my brother, or my cousin, or a friend that I have yani nimekubali kukua
Your true self.
my true self around them, you know. So you don't know me, you know what I choose to show you. You don't.
Do you people feel like you have a true self?
Yes.
I know I have my true self.
There's a self for job. Many people at my workplace, they know me as this just funny person. We don't get too deep, but my best friend knows, hey, baba, zile maibilisi unapigana nazo usiku, everything. There are people who you show that. My parents know this good child. My best friend just can write my story. Akiamua kuandika siku moja, oh my God, so my parents would not even believe.
And I feel sijui kama ni the middle thing, born thing. I feel most people, I have a lot of personalities.
That's what I was aiming at.
A lot of personalities
for different people.
At work, different scenarios.
At work, most people usually say, but generally, mambo mingi sipendelei. And then I'm that person, nitawafanya mcheke and everything.
Yeah.
And then my friends, they usually know me like, hey, ananga chills, anasemanga vitu mpaka tunabaki like yo. And then some people wananijua mimi, yani some people they know me. I am just this person, polite, nini, sina mambo mingi. You know, you just have to have a lot of personalities, and sometimes it is tiring.
It is exhausting.
Do you think that this multiple personalities, some of them come from when you meet someone, you want to mirror how they act, how they are. Maybe their personality is very bubbly and jovial.
Yeah.
So you tend to match that energy. When you meet someone who's reserved, you want to match that energy.
It just stems from people pleasing.
Yeah.
As a recovering people pleasing.
Sending thoughts and prayers.
You just want to match them.
I don't know where. I honestly, I don't know where the multiple personality comes from. But where it gets very frustrating for me is I say I can't mix circles. I can't take Abbie and go mix her with Shiro, or I can't take my friends and go mix them with my family. Those people don't know the same Olive, and I will struggle to switch between. And I don't know. And for a long time, I thought it's a toxic thing. And I still don't know if it's a toxic thing. And I'm like, I'm also not perfect. So if I'm toxic, allow me a few treats.
For me, I feel it's not toxic. I feel it is just a way of protecting yourself.
And
Survival.
Survival,
Because, you know, if you are in a circle of some people and then they feel like, maybe you notice these people, they like taking advantage of you, and then maybe you put that usikwe mtu unajituma sana. Hawa watu hakuna siku watai kukupigia simu akikuulizia vitu, but ukianza kuonyesha sijui nini, and maybe they feed on that energy of using people, those people, they will use you.
And I think it also stems from, okay, for me, I say it's instability, where I didn't know in what mood my parent would come back home with. So I had to be very alert and know how to switch into what. And it is such a traumatic experience where if you go, and that's I think where reading the room comes from. Do you guys feel like you can easily read people? I can tell you your trait to a T from interacting with you for 5 seconds.
For me, I might not tell, but there are some people just like, I always tell someone, and you have not done anything to me, we have not really talked, but there's just something in you. I always tell people, I can't point it.
But I know.
I just don't like you.
Same here. And I don't know whether that's also nurture or nature, because you can just kuna watu unasemanga tu energy yao, and you don't know what it is, and sometimes it comes out. Like you see celebrities who you are just like, I don't know, that person is loved by everyone, but
I don't get why.
And then an expose comes, you're like, Let me read the second email. It says, wow, I never thought I'd see the day and that is exactly what being a middle child is. It's constantly fighting to be seen beyond the golden firstborn child and the delicate little one. And if you get attention, you hang on to it like life depends on it, even though it's the bad kind of attention. So I'm guessing this could be relationships or friendships. Yeah.
Or even assault.
What? Assault. Like you've
maybe
been...
there's a parent anakuchapa sana, picking on you, anaona makosa, but you're like, at least anani notice. It could be also in that sense.
My Lord.
Yeah, it could be messed up to that extent.
Me, I know for relationships, it's usually like, well, now we are healed.
Thank God. Thank God.
This lady anawaitanga clownisha na pikmisha.
Mimi kwanza nasema mshaipata blog yangu nikiwa hapo 20. Masterclass ya pikmisha. My Lord. Barbara the Bee.
Anafaa watafutia yako kama pua na
I was
the clown.
It was wild. Now we get red, pink, or something. Because and then I believed, because by the time, for me, when I got to the age where I should like start dating or whatever, I didn't understand why like men would not want to be with me because I offer everything. I was told that this is what a wife should be. So I have all of this and I don't understand why this is not enough. And I took that out on other girls. Like now the Akina Shira 7s. I was taking it out on them. I was like, it's not about money. It's I should have known better. I do now. But I think it came from, now I'm the perfect wife. But then
there's no man.
Yeah. And then these men also, your same experience. I've actually been left by a man who said, you're too calm. I don't, because
he wants drama.
I don't know if he wanted drama, because I'm just like, if you want, kama umekosa, si tukai chini tuonge. And tomorrow it's a new day. It's fine. And if you couldn't do this, it's okay. I can do it. I don't know why. Just being that calm, someone's just like, no, something is off. Yet you've been able to, you can cook, you can clean, you can do everything. You can also manage your emotions. You can also handle managing other people and creating a warm welcome.
You can be his peace.
Yes, I am your peace. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Problems. We don't want peace.
Always.
Oh gosh, that's
you wanted to say.
But for me, I think these people that mtu anataka violence, as in mambo mingi, whether in friendship or in a relationship, those people, they have their own demons. They need to deal with them.
They're so
because
used to
and at the end of the day, maybe if you follow up, maybe this person was brought up in a dysfunctional home.
Yeah.
Maybe there's someone whom they dated, they were friends with, that loved drama. You know, there's a difference of, I always tell people, I don't like drama, but if it is on the other side,
I will watch.
I love it.
Popcorn.
And some Netflix. Yeah, but you know, sasa our two, either they were brought up in a dysfunctional home, they themselves are dysfunctional, or they dated or they were in a friendship with a dysfunctional person. Because I always feel life is hard enough just to be there with a friend who drains you.
Yeah,
life is hard. You need peace. You need a peaceful environment, a peaceful somebody. But now sometimes anataka tu kila saa, nimeshout, nimesijui I hate shouting.
But then maybe that person came from such a relationship, and that's what they know.
That's what they know.
Then they should receive healing. They should just receive healing. They should go for therapy.
You go for therapy to heal from people who won't go to therapy.
But the thing is, if I say I won't go to therapy, because I'm going for therapy and someone else, the person who hurt me or people who hurt me, they're not going for therapy. You are going for therapy for your own peace of mind and for you to be a better person. At the end of the day, Mimi, I'm not competing with you. I am competing with myself, the person I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And that, I feel that is the point where people miss. The same way, in school, I think your competition came about in school because they had to place number 1 until the last one. But that one was for learning purposes. And some people took it too serious. They brought it to life. In life, you are competing against yourself. I'm not competing against so and so. Because she has a new wig, let me go and put a new wig and everything. You just compete with yourself. Ukianza compete na watu utafuta blood pressure. Watu wanaenda Dubai, wewe tu uko huko hujaenda.
And I noticed extending people grace. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know if it's a middle child thing. It feels like we are the only ones extending people grace. We're the only ones willing to meet people. We are the only ones willing to tolerate. You, the first thing you do, but you're always giving people a chance. Come, let's see. Maybe they were in this. You make excuses for people a lot. Amechelewa, maybe need traffic. Maybe ataka need traffic 2 hours. Yeah, you know. So I'll read the last one here. Where wacha tu aki. Temperature emoji, crying emoji. I'm a middle child, and sometimes I feel like I'm just stuck between what my parents, mom especially, wants me to be and the loyalty my other siblings expect from me. The invisibility is mostly when you have a problem and no one actually believes or knows that you need help or support. I remember my mom telling me one day that she doesn't feel the need to support me financially na saiyo niko campus because I'm a hustler na nakuaga lucky in life. Olive, mimi huwa tu risk taker and somehow things work out for me.
Sometimes you have to take the risk.
You have to.
Sometimes you have to take.
See,
hatuna option. Hakuna option ingine. Tunakwanga tu na hii moja.
Take the risk.
See, like my mom, if you ask my mom, nani hustler?
Atasema Abbie. Yeah.
And that is, I left, I've been in boarding school all my life. Nikakuja Nairobi. My bro has been there. But sahi, my big brother still stays with my parents. So when my mom calls, I'm like, hey, your brother needs this and this.
Yeah.
I am like, but nani ananisaidia mimi?
However,
to hustle, you'll get it.
You know me, I told my mom that exact thing, and I was like, who checks up on me? Who even cares for what I need? And my mom told me, it is you who's been blessed. Hiyo ni Mungu amekupea hiyo baraka.
My goodness. You have a lot.
It is the gift God gave you to help other people. But I'm like, this gift can die. Like, can you me, I don't know. Me, I just find it very difficult.
They just tell you, you'll always figure it out. I know you will.
And we're figuring it out because we don't have an option. It's not like we wouldn't like to be helped.
My mom tells me, unajua wewe uko na favor ya God. I'm like, kwani God's favor is
God, take your favor away from me. This cup of favor.
For you.
Do you really?
My mom told me one time, unajua wewe, because kwa Coastarians we are very superstitious people. Unajua wewe hauna vifungo mingi kama dada yako. I was like, Jehovah Father.
Vifungo is like
you know, spiritual blockages and vitu kama hizo. So ati wewe huna vifungo mingi kama wenzako. And I was like, aya. She even went ahead to tell me my older sister is named after my paternal grandma, and my small bro is after my paternal grandpa. I was the only one who was named after my mom's side. Na hiyo side is not chaotic as much. So that is what she believed strongly. That wewe unajua side ya kwetu hakuna vifungo sana, lakini hao wataita na mambo yao ya ushirikina. Unajua dada yako na ndugu yako ndio maana wako na vifungo hivyo. I was like, vifungo? My God.
What do you mean?
I was like,
but you know, I feel like
so I was born to suffer.
That is a way she's using to pit you against each other.
And that's why this person is saying, I'm stuck in between the expectations of my parents and loyalty of my siblings.
I also feel the same way actually, because my small bro, we are very close with my small bro. My sister tulikuwa enemies tukiwa wadogo, but now we are friends, like we are besties because mumekoma.
Yeah.
But there's also still that my bro wants me to be on his side, my sister wants me to be on their side. Then my parents, I'm close with my dad because my dad is liberal. Sikama, my mom is a bit rigid.
Yeah.
So I'm more on my dad's side. My mom feels like, why are you so much on your dad's side? Mi ndo mama yako, it's conflicted between everyone. So wewe uko tu hapo katikati and it's like,
kama watu wanataka kusimamia kila mtu tu sasa
hey,
Yeah.
you messed up.
sasa kila mtu asimamie
Kila mtu. God for us all.
na Mungu.
Me, I accepted that I'm gonna be by myself. Me, I'm the only girl, but my mom focuses on my big bro.
Yeah.
And you can see like my dad focused on my small bro. Kabisa. Then when it comes to anything else, mi niko hapo katikati. Where do I start?
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Where do you?
Hauna mtu wa kukutetea.
Hakuna
or
mtu wa
anything.
kunitetea, hakuna mtu.
Usipolearn kujitetea utashinda.
Yeah.
So I used to go to my mom. Namwambia nitetee. I need something from my
From your
dad, but
dad,
I have
yeah.
to go through my mom
Yeah.
to actually get it. And then my bro wako like wanapata tu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
moms and
so
their sons.
easy.
And then sometimes it makes you feel like maybe ikifika that
a child.
extent you feel like kwani was I a mistake?
Yeah. Ooh,
Kama
mistake.
mimi sikuwa nafaa kuzaliwa or something. And
Me, I
sometimes
made peace
it is
with it.
usually
Yeah.
it is usually bad because you find some people, maybe they are middle-born children, they usually say they don't want more than 2 children.
Or
Because
they don't want children at all.
if this person maybe apate even 3, you'll find that this person will focus on
He's
huyo
scared on
mwingine.
having.
Wa katikati
Yeah.
Huyo
hata
atafocus on huyo wa katikati
and
because
then
they
all
can
from their
relate.
trauma.
They can
Yeah.
relate
Yeah.
into something in the subconscious.
Yeah.
Nyinyi mtakuwa mnaona amefocus on so and so, hawa wengine to their devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then mko like
Why are they like
mbona
this?
wako on so
Yeah.
and so. It is just a trauma response.
Yes.
Na yeye akikaa chini hataona vile nyinyi mnaona, atasema mnanionea.
Yes.
But I remember, Mimi, there was a time I had a very rocky relationship with my mom. So there was a time of a breakfast, nilikuwa tu nimeketi something. My mom told me something like nilifanya makosa and she was like so harsh and I was like, I just had an outburst. I was like, ai, na wewe ni mama yangu kweli. Wewe hata unipendi, unapenda kunionea. Kila mara nikifanya kitu you're just criticizing. And she was like, where is this coming from? Because maybe hata sometimes they do it without even realizing that kuna hiyo nini ubaguzi that is happening amongst the kids.
But you know that one it brings rivalry because saa zingine unaweza pata in some families unaweza pata hao watu waonani uso kwa macho because somebody feels like maybe kama in a situation maybe where the middle ni wawili unapata hawa wawili they always gang up against this other two. Sasa ukipata ni mmoja you'll find this other person they are trying to be an overachiever because they know they don't have someone
you don't have someone
they don't have someone to
who has your back
kuamtetea ama mwenye mnaweza relate the same problem with. So you find that people they are brothers and sisters lakini they are against each other.
Yeah.
And it is not their fault. I usually say it is the parents fault.
Doing
Because it makes it feel like you have favorites and as a parent you should not
have favorites.
hata kama uko na favorite wako favorite wako ni so and so yes tunajua ni favorite wako but on some things let it be standard for everyone. Kwa mfano umenunua kitu buy for everyone, don't ule special wako usimnunulie something more just than mpaka wengine tunakaa tunauliza are we spoons?
Are we grown-ups? No, but on my end I remember at some point my mom bought us a laptop. It was meant to be for all of us. My small bro is still too young to use a laptop, but it was just my sister and I. The way it turned out to be her laptop ndio sielewi mpaka wa leo. Even today morning I was talking to my mom, I was like, bedhe sasa si unaweza ninunulia laptop ile ingine. So unajua my sister took it and she's like, hata nikinunua itakuwa yenu yote. And then my sister chips in and says, mostly of course unajua itakuwa yangu lakini pia wewe tunaweza share na wewe. And I'm like, and my mom is just quiet. Haongei and I'm like, okay.
Do you feel like as middle children we try to prove our points because I remember this one time. My bros don't argue.
Yeah.
Just do it. Then when it comes to something, and I know that's the truth, I'm fighting for my truth. I'm standing for it. And then one time my mom told me, Abbie, na wewe ushindangu. So is it something that happens to you?
It happens. Juu sasa usipoargue nani atanote.
Wait, listen, my mom once told me, and I remember this vividly, uko na mdomo refu kama ya punda. Because I am undefeated. You cannot put me down. If I know I am right, I am right. Hata uniambie sijui usibishane na mzazi, we will argue. Yes, my mom told me, uko na mdomo refu kama ya punda. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Me, I've been unable to argue all my life. I never talk, I never shout, I never do anything. But what has been my label is that you're difficult. Because I don't argue, but I'll not do it. If I'm very headstrong, I will not do it. And I've been labeled problematic or troublesome. And a lot of times it was just because I said no, because they're so used to using you. When you said no, or when you say no, it's just like,
Why are you saying no?
yeah, because there's this time when I had a job. Jobs are promo, so you're given a few, like you're given t-shirts. And these t-shirts, because I go to work in the morning, I come back in the evening, I had 5 so that I can be able to wash. So I can be able to wash. And one of my family members borrowed me a t-shirt, and I was like, ni a job. And he told me, actually, unakwaga mchoyo. And I was like, I don't know.
Uchoyo mengi.
Hiyo ni kama uniform ya hotel.
Nimekunyima uniform.
This is uniform, guys.
And I'm just like, hey, my Lord, like you're so used to having your way with me that if it is ata kitu ya like kitu kama hiyo siwezi kupea. Honestly, si t-shirt yangu ya Sunday best. I was just taken aback. And that triggers another thing, which might be the last point. Do you people feel like you're a backup plan? Like they try something with other members of the family, and then when it doesn't work, they're like, hata huyu Olive by the anakuanga hustler ndio tungepeanga hii position.
Sometimes you feel like maybe people discuss something, and then after they have discussed, wewe hukukua kwa discussion. Hukukua kwa mix. Ama people are saying maybe we are going somewhere, wewe hauna habari. Probably you have your own plans. And then maybe you come and say, hey guys, I can't make it. Then everybody suddenly is angry.
You're so
and you are like, you are difficult, you are what, and they didn't run the idea through you. Ama probably haukuwa na mahali pa kwenda. And then they just do things, and then wanakuja tu kukuambia like and like by the way by the way tunaenda kwa so and so ama by the way we are doing 1 2 3, and you are like, I was not part of the plan.
Or they'll have a problem and discuss it within themselves, and then they'll do something that flops, and since then, you are the one who has like the brains and critical thinking, Olive, how do we change this carpet from grey? Wait, what carpet? Mulikuwa na carpet. Tuanzia hapo. Yes. Why do you want to change it from, what color is it now? How did it get to that color? So now every time I find myself being contacted and I'm like, backstory ni nini? Because unanikujia mwisho.
Everything is there, and then someone is like, let's do.
And when you don't fix, you're troublesome, you're problematic, you're mean,
you're vitu zingine, when you don't run we are not asking ati mkuje mtu consult, or you want to you want to buy your personal phone, you come and consult us. No, don't kaenda kununua simu yako ujibambe. But if it is something you feel like I should know, come and consult me, because
no, they don't feel like, they don't register you
until things go wrong.
Hivyo vile mmefanya ikaenda wrong. Ikienda wrong, akibakini tu na hiyo wrong. Because at the end of the day, bakini tu na hiyo wrong. Because at the end of if you really wanted me to know, mngeniweka kwa plan. But if you don't want me to know, na mmefanya things have gone south, just remain with your whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm not your backup plan.
When it comes to planning, all those things, napata napigia my small bro. Sasa ati nimesikia tunaenda, I'm like, oh saizi ndio naambiwa tulipanga last year.
Kitambo, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're just telling me this now. I had other plans. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
Like mbona unakuanga mgumu?
Upendi kuja functions.
Exactly. You don't like hanging out with your family.
Yeah.
Like,
For that, I adopted, and I've realized I don't get as much. I don't get updated as much now. I adopted because we were discouraged against gloating or like telling people I told you so. Like don't celebrate when someone's something.
Yeah.
Me hizo zote niliacha Sunday school. Me these days, if you tell me na uniambie imeflop na cheka proper.
Yes.
Can you soak in your embarrassment?
Yes.
I am here to watch. And since I started being just, usiseme na vile mlinilenga. Ever since I've realized I don't get as many calls for all of this thing that needs to be fixed.
Kucheka watu, I have extended it so like even at work you people want to do something ama unajua like in every like workplace or every environment kuna tu vile there's this one particular person, they know how to do something in a way that nobody can do. So I remember there is a time I told my sister, she had a jacket. I told her, your jacket usipeleke laundry. Nikamwambia I will wash it for you. Nitakuanikia vizuri. Hapo nisikia. Nikamwambia sawa, peleka. Jacket ilikuja. Shrink lakini nilicheka. To this day she can never forget. And she told me, nikimwambia kitu especially hizi material nini asipeleke laundry, aki usiku nilicheka. Mimi nikwambie kitu ukatae kusikia, ifanyike nitacheka. Yes. Ndio next time mkae mkijua. Ama if you tell me last minute plans, it means mimi sikuwa kwa plans. You just felt like
it should be included.
Or maybe there's someone who did not was not available, and then you're like, oh, by the way tunaweza ita.
Plan B. Mimi si contraceptive. Oh wow, that is a conversation and a half. Me, I thought these experiences were unique to me, and the gaslighting is very wild because when you describe your experiences,
people
you're sensitive, you want attention, and I was just like, could it be it's just me? Kwani middle bones across the world are just fine, they're just living well. And I realized it's because it may be also we're taking care of our shit. None of us know what is going on around. So I'm meeting Abbie. Literally nimejua you're a middle kid last week when I was talking about this episode, and I've worked with her for 2 years, and it's just like we handle our shit. Everyone just looks so well put together. You never think or
you look at others and you're like, let's say when I was getting into the swimming coaching, I was like, hey, now watu wanaifanya, they make it look so easy. Funny how they don't have struggles, ama they don't have times when they doubt themselves. And then you come to realize wengine hata it's just a facade they put on. Like they have zero knowledge, it's just they have a way of masking it. Now as you have all that knowledge, you're skilled, you're everything, but you still doubt yourself. So it just happens to people. We don't speak about it as much.
We don't
as
talk.
Children, we don't talk. Just accept and move on.
How are you handling life right now? Do you feel like there are things that you've improved? Are you going to therapy? Are you self-therapizing? What is that trait you struggled with, people pleasing, that you feel like you're doing better now?
Good question.
For me, I think for me, what I really struggled with is I struggle with asking for help. Hata waleo bado it is a struggle, tunaenda tu pole pole, but people just thinking you are there. Yani uko tu, you don't have, yani anasikia tunaenda mahali fulani, let's go. If I am available, I will tell you I am available. And there's a time there was a miscommunication about my availability, and then this person went around and said I refused to go. I just told them I will confirm by 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And then they went and said, oh, amekataa kukuja. I felt so bad. Na sikuwa nataka kumconfront kwa sababu ni wale watu wenye wanakuanga na yuaona I have screenshots. I have receipts and everything.
Yeah.
But for me, I think what I am doing right now, mimi kama mko na expectations, I usually feel everyone has their life. Everyone has their chance. And one thing I usually say, I'm not afraid of calling people old because I know I will get there. I know there are other people who are older than me. You had your chance. Kama chance yako ya saa zenye watu walikuwa wanaenda out, huku unaenda. Mimi nikitoka nikienda wachana tu na mimi.
Yes. Let me learn for myself.
Yeah. And then if you feel like my opinions are too strong, if you feel like you can't be in the same space with me, just go and find people who you are comfortable being in the space mkwe kwa space moja hivyo pamoja vile mko comfortable. For me my policy has always been, if you want to hang out with me, fine. If you don't want to hang out with me, it's also fine. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and I always tell people, it's not that I don't enjoy other people's company. I always say I enjoy my company the most.
Yeah.
Because if I cannot enjoy my company, I will never enjoy your company.
Preach, girl. Preach.
Have you guys also experienced your calmness is interpreted as rudeness?
Yeah.
Just because you walk away and easily, you disconnect easily, people think
You don't give a shit. Or
You don't care.
For me, most people usually think just because I am calm, most people usually underestimate me. And that is my weapon. Let me be a simple.
yes, that's a
weapon. Most people usually underestimate me. And they do things thinking that and then not really that, they feel like they put their waneka expectations zao mahali.
Yeah.
And then when I do something, I really outshine them, and they're like, and that's the way people usually underestimate me. It is usually my strength.
It is
My strength. Because by the time I am coming back at you, you will not see it coming.
it will hit you like a
Hata kama ni 3 months on, I am very patient.
Yeah.
You will
Going
see
back
it
to that
coming.
thing of being calm, I realized that I don't really panic. Like everyone is in a panic mode. I'm like, Mna do what?
Yeah.
Like, why are you panicking? It's just something so small. Remember my friend who at the supermarket and then her phone just ikaacha kufanya and she's supposed to pay. Kuna queue.
Yeah.
Akaanza kupanic. And I'm just there packing my goods.
Yeah.
Like, si utalipa tu. Kwani tunaenda wapi?
Yeah.
Kama utalipata kesho ni sawa. And then now later she's like, Abbie, why didn't you panic? And like, it was a whole thing. Same case with work.
Even if you
Someone is supposed to deliver something and you're there like, I'll do it, but mbona mnakimbia? Why is it? Why are you in a rush?
because even if you panic, naishafanyika.
Yeah, what is
about
changing? You're only building anxiety.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but on the panic side, I used to be someone who panicked so much. Hey, I was worried. Una panic, okay, maybe your finances are running down na hakuna ingine yenye imeingia. I would start panicking, rent italipwa aje. I stack up vitu kwa nyumba, hata vitu zenye sihitaji, because I'm like, wacha nizieke hapa, hata nikikosa pesa, I have things in the house.
Yeah.
But right now, I am like, liwe liwalo, come rain or shine. Vile itakuja, wacha ikuje. I don't even care. Hata at a meeting, you're at work and there's a meeting, watu unajua there was an incident and you're panicking. I usually ask people, mnaogopa nini? Kama ni kuvutwa kazi, si utatoka tu.
Kila
Same way you
mtu
came, you
siku
will
yake.
leave. Hey, why are you panicking and there's nothing you're doing? Because when I panic, I don't even see solutions.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, things are going bad. I'm not thinking of how to get myself out of that situation. So right now I'm not panicking and self-therapizing. Oh my God.
Yes.
The podcasts and sijui meditations and whatever. by the way, tulisema sisi tunakuanga open minded.
Yeah.
I was even open to going for this, sound healing and
why?
all
Meditation.
No,
Mnafanyanga
I
aje?
am
Because
into yoga and
I
all
think
that.
my
Yoga is nice.
concentration
Yeah.
span
But that,
kidogo. Nafanya
Yes.
times I just
I thought of all those
switch off.
things and I'm like, in Kenya, where is this
Where?
available?
They're available.
I
if you want
researched
to.
about psychedelics when I was doing my undergraduate. Yes, when I was doing my undergraduate, kuna something we did about sports and drugs. So we did about psychedelics, and I took a deep dive. Paka, the lecturer who was taking us through that unit was like, Mwamburi, you need to calm down.
Any personal.
That is illegal.
Mmesonga
You took
mbele.
this personally.
Mmesonga mbele.
Personally.
Yeah, but you find
Yeah.
ways to make your life better.
Yeah.
And if you don't have resources or you're not in a position, okay, I feel weird about going to a therapist and sit and talk and they're not even responding maybe from an emotional point of view. Hakuna hiyo emotional connection. It's like they're psychoanalyzing me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will find ways to work it out on my own. And yeah.
But for me, I remember there's a time my mom used to have an issue with me because angeniambia kitu, and me I'm just like, no pressure. And then she aliniuliza, wewe kila kitu nakwambia, no pressure. Unaniambia tu no pressure. You don't have a sense of urgency. And for me, I usually say, unaanga vile sijui watu wanaamkanga, nasema mimi nitaamka, nioshe nyumba, nifanye nini. Mimi kama if it is washing clothes, don't come and tell me wash the clothes at 6 a.m. Hata kama nitaosha saa 3 usiku. For me, I usually say bottom line, it has been done. Hata kama ni kuosha nyumba, hata tukianza saa 8, tuoshe saa 1, of importance is so don't rush me. Just let me go with my pace. If it is not an emergency, don't rush me. Let me go with my pace. Ati unaamka sijui unaufua nguo sijui sana. No, hata nikiamua kufua saa 9 nitafua, nitaanika, zimefuliwa. Kama ni nyumba tunaosha, hata nikiamua saa 10, hata nikiamua hatutaosha hiyo siku. Of importance ni it will be done, even if it is not today. Tomorrow is another day. It will be done. And I usually feel like most people wanna feel ni kama maybe I don't have a sense of urgency in some things. Maybe something might be serious. Na mimi niko hapo, nimeweka mchezo mbele, niko jokes. By the way, at work, most people, nikiwaambianga kitu, they used to feel like I'm joking.
You joke too much.
Yeah, like I remember there's a time at work on before Easter, we used to like fast
and pray.
Yeah?
Wow.
This is your church.
Yeah, it was like for everyone. Like we used to
Is
fast.
it a necessity?
And then now unapata management wameshakula. And then sasa nyinyi hapo mmewekwa mmefast. So there's this time
You fast. Wait, this is that Christian institution.
Yeah. So wameweka ile like it's something, unaona vile mnaambiwangwa, all of you must come at this time. And everyone obliges. So it's like something that is forced. So hiyo siku I don't know what happened. This guy at management became angry because the director ate and people had not eaten. And then he told me, pelekea watu chai. Do you know, nilienda kwa ofisi nikaambia watu chai nimeleta chai. Everyone looked at me and they thought I was joking. Until a certain colleague called them and told them. And then they started saying, "Hey, unajua sisi tulikuwa tunafikiri Regina amekuja huku mchezo." Nikamwambia ni hamni trust.
You don't trust me.
Sometimes I usually feel sometimes some people might not take me serious because naweza kuwa nasema kitu serious and maybe sikai kama niko serious, and then sometimes I might be joking but nakaa ni kama niko serious. So sometimes people find it hard to really understand who I am. But I'm telling you today, you will never understand.
Wow, I thought you were going to say, you will never get the hang of it.
You will never understand because even me myself, sometimes I don't understand
even
myself.
me,
How
I
do you
don't.
want to understand?
Makes sense. Interesting.
Hey, my Lord. Hey. Also because of that is why I wanted to leave home. So I worked my whole life to live by myself. From the time I was in class 7, I was like, the day I'll be locking a house and it's mine.
Yeah.
And there were just things like I wanted to do things at my own time. I wanted to do things when I wanted. And I've kept saying that there's nothing I hate like explanation. Umetoka wapi, pesa ulifanyia nini.
I know.
I hate explaining myself. And it's not like I was going to do anything out of the norm. When I finally lived by myself, I wasn't going out at night. I wasn't eating past what. I was eating well. I was sleeping well. I was clean. I just didn't want to answer someone's questions. I just,
Because there's this question, why? Why are you doing
Why?
Where were you? Why?
You say sorry. You say I don't like mbosho, and they're like, why? I don't need to give you a reason.
I just don't like mbosho. People don't like ugali. People don't like skuma.
But sometimes when you say you don't like some people feel like, I don't know.
Why
some
don't you
people no. Some people have really struggled in life. And that was the only thing they had to eat.
So
if you nyinyi mnakulanga something, let's say kwa mfano you people used to eat pumpkin and may tell you I don't like it, and then you start saying unajifanya sijifanyi sipendi sipendi sis I don't like
it. Tell you the health benefits, pumpkin has this vitamins, and
if I want to know the health benefits, I have a phone.
Google.
I will Google and I will know the health benefits. But don't come and tell me and try to gaslight me. It is good for your scalp. It is good for your hair. I don't want. I don't. What did I tell you? I want something good for my hair. I don't want. If it is good for your hair, you eat it. Have it.
And I think maybe this is a long stretch, but I feel like it's only middle kids who are supposed to like things they don't like. It's just like you have no right to choose. In this house, people it's ugali.
I remember one time my mom, I hate matoke, anything to do with those cooked bananas. I hate it. So my bro kinda ate it. Me kakata. Same case to pumpkins. And then my mom used to take her sweet time. She knows I love rice so much. Kata the bananas into very tiny pieces and cook with the rice so that I don't have to choose. When it comes to pumpkins, when maybe she's cooking a stew, she grates the pumpkin and eka kwa stew so that I don't have to choose. I have to just eat it no matter what they do. And I was like,
so I'd rather take extra effort to make it in a different way than just cook you what you want.
Ikikuwa ni last born ataki malenge, atanunuliwa something else that they want. Kanyama
Unataka KFC leo.
If I don't want, I usually say mimi wasiogopi kusema mimi don't like omena. And also plain milk, I don't like it, but if you transform it into something equate tea or something, I will take it. But kama imefika tea hiyo point sijui nini, always tell them afadhali basi nikule ugali na maziwa. Because I don't want it. You can't force me to have it. Because if all of you, and then yo kitu ya mtu anasema ati wewe ujai kula ndo nimepika
mama ujai
I don't like it. I don't care if it is the best chef in the world who is preparing it or I will not eat it.
I don't want
it.
Or someone telling you
kula matoke yangu, I'm like I don't care.
I don't want.
Or they tell you wewe ujui shida ni nini, wewe ungekuwa umepitia shida ungekula kibera.
And then another thing for me, I usually say, if there is something that is making life easier, why don't you use it? You have a microwave. Mbona una insist kuoms food kwa sufuria? First unachafua hiyo sufuria, you consume. Why don't you just put it in a plate, warm it? By the way, do you know me? I don't even mind making tea in the microwave. Some people think I am
Olive, hi.
Follow me on TikTok.
Some people think they're like sasa hiyo maziwa unajua haijachemka.
By the way, you can make eggs in the microwave, ground nuts, cake. I'll hook you guys up. Please don't suffer. Not in 2024.
That can make your life easier. Don't suffer. In the past, before technology, before these things, we suffered.
Yeah.
Zimekuja to make life easier. Don't
but
suffer.
you know, even kitambo, they used to find ways to make things easier.
Yeah.
Like the way they would use logs to roll a heavy load.
Exactly.
Badala ya kubebana nayo.
Yeah.
Why were those people stupid for doing that?
Yeah.
They were not.
And then another thing, people who just want you to forever take the long route.
Yeah.
Mimi naambia, if there is a shortcut,
I will take
taking
it. Yes. Thank
And
you.
me, that's my growth.
there is no award
Glory
for
For
suffering.
suffering, yeah.
In all these awards in this life, mimi I don't
Hakuna
know
ya
about
kustruggle.
awards, but sijawahi sema the most struggling person. Sijawahi ona.
Hakuna.
Hata kama iko siitaki.
Yes.
I don't
Sign me out.
Yeah, when we sign out.
Oh my lord.
There is a microwave.
Yeah.
There's a washing
There is
machine.
if you
There's
can
a dishwasher.
if you can afford the washing machine,
Why
buy
not?
it. Usikae hapo ati una struggle, unafua alafu mtu anakwambia unajua nguo zime I don't want
Ati
to
hazing'ari.
hear. I don't want to hear. And kama hazingari, why were you taking your suits to the laundry?
Yes.
Na
Why
kama
are you taking
zingari
them to
nani
the laundry?
anaziva?
Si ni zangu.
Nimeenda kunikafua kwa washing machine
Yeah.
nikakuletea uvae.
Yeah.
Why are you
Zangu.
worried?
I don't know why people glorify suffering. As for me,
We
I
refuse.
always say if there is anything I can do to make my life easier,
Hata
I
onions,
will.
I use a
Yeah.
blender, so
Yes.
Life.
I have a grinder ya kufinya
Ya
hivi
ku-
na mkono. Afadhali tufinye hivyo kuliko tushinde tukilia na
Do you think it's from all that work?
yes.
Because me, I know
It is.
in my adulthood, the way I'm gifting myself is there's this guy, we were having nyumba kumi, and then he was like, oh, I'm mobilizing the girls to come and kata mboga. And me, I was like, me, if there's anything, I throw money at all my problems.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I can afford to get someone to kata mboga. And so it was not only me. When he went and asked other people in the apartments, the girls told him, kwanza the girl who told him we get someone told him, it's 2024. Nini unaita wasichana
Wakati mboga, yeah.
okay, get someone to do it, or like first of all, you're creating employment, you're empowering other women.
Yeah.
Second, we just don't do that. We have our
you
nails
can
done
get
and all.
someone
Like,
to-
please.
Kuharibu
Hey, yo.
Yes, if you can't, then you have to do it.
okay.
But if you have the money,
If
and
you have, yeah.
if you don't have the money and you have a machine to help you, why don't you use the machine?
Yeah.
So I
And
thought,
don't project. If you don't have, don't
Yes.
project on other people
no,
who
yes.
have.
and if you like to struggle, you continue
Struggle.
Struggle peke yako hapo kwa kona. Wacha
And
kulazimisha
quietly,
watu.
don't
Yes.
tell
Don't
us.
tell us.
You didn't ask for
Yeah,
it.
we didn't come to suffer. Life is already hard, and then you want
We
me
don't
to
want to
struggle.
complicate it any further.
Have you seen taxes? No, we refuse.
Weekends.
That brings us to the end of our podcast episode for Middleborns. I hope now you've seen us. Anastasia, if this episode is the least watched.
Wow.
My lord, you have suffered, my lord.
Could be.
Yeah.
Wacha wa firstborns na lastborns wakimbia huko kwa twins.
Waseme
Hawana
hawa-
time.
Waseme hao wakatikati wapambani.
Wapambane na
Hali yao.
waseme nyi si mnaweza hustle views. But thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate the discussion, sharing your experiences. It really helps to see you see, even when people send in their mails, they're just like, oh, there's someone else like me. So it makes life easier. So asante, asante, asante sana. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is OLAVEORAWO. And until next week, bye.
Next on the In All Honesty podcast.
So you do get all the attention in the world, so we thought, but apparently not. You requested for an episode, so only children. Apparently you're not getting all the attention that you deserve to get, and maybe your experience is not the same as maybe firstborns, middleborns, and lastborns that we have episodes up already. So if you're an only child, and I would like to bundle you up with twins, if you're a twin and you feel like your experience was also unique, please let us talk and and let me know. We have episodes on firstborns, on lastborns, and on middleborns. I will insist you can listen to those. And if you still don't relate, then I'd love to have you here next week so that we can share your experiences, your unique experiences as an only child or as a twin. You could be fraternal, you could be identical. Let's hear your side of the story, because here we are open to listening, to healing, and to doing better. So do contact me. You can always reach me through my DMs, that is at OLAVEORAWO, and through my email. Send in your stories, OLAVEORAWO@gmail.com. Bye.
Do you hear that? Would you lend me some coins, please? The In All Honesty podcast needs you to continue running. I will deeply appreciate support from you. You can send monetary contributions to my Mpesa +254 728 171 059 via PayPal at OLAVEORAWO. That is OLAVEORAWO. You can support the podcast indirectly by buying merchandise and services I offer listed on my WhatsApp catalog. My WhatsApp number is +254 728 171 059. Did you think I'd forget? Advertise with the In All Honesty podcast. Hit me up to talk about it. You can do that via WhatsApp +254 728 171 059 or via email OLAVEORAWO@gmail.com, or you can also DM me on socials at OLAVEORAWO. You know, the hand that gives will receive an episode every week. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in what was once a dream. So if I do some quick math, the future equals a dream come true. Since 1992, In All Honesty, a podcast by OLAVEORAWO.